All right, what is up, guys? Excuse me. We are back with another video. Today, we'll be going over two trades that we actually took um, from Sunday and today. So Sunday night and Monday night. Now, initially, I would have done the video yesterday night. After this trade, but I held off, and I was gonna do it today and do this Sunday trade recap. But because I thought that the market was going to be closed the whole day through Asia, because that's what TradingView was saying up here. It was saying market is going to be open in 24 hours. So it didn't look, but something told me to look just right before Asian open, and we actually caught a pretty good trade. So let's go over Sunday's trade first. And let's go over here. Let's go over confluences for this trade. Okay. So initially, we had this 5-minute bullish fair value gap and this 15-minute bullish fair value gap. So we did want to sweep. We did want to see a sweep of. I don't know why this thing is misplaced like this. We did want to sweep at this low right here inside of this fair value gap. As I would, our thought process was that was going to be a great. We get like a 1-minute inverse, and then we target this fair value gap. But I do think we had other things in mind. So let's take a look here. You had Asian open. And then we already get a sweep of this. Right? So already from that, I'm saying, okay, let's see. We were going to enter in on a trade right here. And we really should have. I don't remember why we didn't. I think we just kind of faded it just because we wanted to see a resweep of this low, since we already got we had this weird market structure. But this was a really nice trade that you could have taken right here, up to this fair value gap for a let's see, for a 1-to-1, a nice little 1-to-1. So that wasn't a trade that we actually took though. So actually, after we saw us tap into, let's see, what did we actually tap into here? I don't even remember. Just actually retarded. Alright. The fuck was it? Okay, it's 2-minute fair value gap. So I saw that we had taken this 2-minute fair value gap, and we had an instant rejection. And we sweep out these highs right here that were protecting that. So to go with our trend, we just took a simple 1-to-4. I'll go with our trend. Oh my god, I sound like a beaner. To go with our trend, we took an inverse to the downside. So after we we took this as a manipulation move. And once we saw an inverse, I believe, of the the fuck did we take here? Yep. So the inverse of a 1-minute. After we saw an inverse of this, inverse 2 candles just in one go. We did the next candle. We just had to just pour it just down to these lows right here. Just because we knew that we were gonna get a resweep anyways, and that was what we wanted to see initially anyways, was to see this right here, this get formed. If we didn't take out already these highs, then we want to see a resweep so we can go higher. So that is what the trade was on. We were taking an obvious trade and even setting us up for longs to take that short, just to sweep out some more liquidity out here. And I do think we just danced around here. We went back up to entry, got pretty close. Boom, right here. That's where we get the sweep. That is where we get exited out that trade. I think on my funded futures we made 972. That's the same one. Let me trade the top step. And then I think we also made about $1,000 on each of the Apex accounts. Yeah, that was that trade. Now, so after we did this trade, we could have waited for a signal to go, for something to get inverse to the upside. since we had already swept or even a resweep again. But the market structure was just so bad. I mean, after I saw all this, I was just like, I'm not trading this. Yeah, because this is just so weird. So we didn't take and then we got a resweep. There you go. I knew he was gonna do that. Then higher. Anyways, that was that trade for Sundays. It's a quick little 1-to-1, and then now for today or Monday's trade. So initially, again, like I said, we didn't know that today was going to be a tradable day, and we were still apprehensive about trading today just because of the the bank holiday. Okay, things acting like retarded. Because it was a bank holiday, we didn't know if it was a valid reason to trade, but we still took the trade regardless. For less risk. We did massively de-risk. Maybe even de-risk too much, right? I mean, we basically risked like almost nothing on some of the accounts. But, yep, let's go over the thought process. Okay. So initially, I remember when I saw the first one, I think I had caught this move. Just kind of like in hindsight, I had seen reacting off of I believe off of what was it, 30-minute? Maybe even the 1 hour. Yeah, again, we tapped into this 1 hour fair value gap, which isn't like ideal. You wouldn't want just to see a tap and then rip. You want to see a sweep of this and then a rip, But it was that trade, but ended up playing out beautifully. So naturally, we wanted to go shorts after we tapped into this fair value gap, which I believe is that's probably a 5-minute. Yeah. No, that's not a 5 minutes. Oh, it was a 3-minute. Okay, I remember. There was the trade. It was executed on the 3-minute. I'm trying to see what the fuck this confluence was for this one. Or why the fuck I put a fair value gap right there? Unless I'm just fucking retarded and just put one there for no reason. I don't think that's the. Oh, here it is. Okay, so it is a 15-minute fair value gap. We had this high inside of this fair value gap. Ideally wanted to see a sweep of this and then, dump lower. But we had already seen a strong reaction after we kind of tapped into that, which was this. So now with this, I knew I was like, okay, you guys can fool me once, but you can't fool me twice, or however the saying goes. And we knew it was going to sweep it out again. So we didn't want to take. There wasn't even any fair value gaps, really. I don't think, no. Anyways, the 3-minute was the one that held the story. So boom, we go up here. We got this 3-minute fair value gap. We already swept these highs. We got a pretty good structure. We have a target. We have, liquidity grab, liquidity sweep, whatever you want to call it. And then we get a 3-minute inverse. Not this candle. Not that candle. This one. So this one closes out right there. And we get our entry here and put it just above this one. This candle right here, we put it just above the wick of it. And then we just target, I think we were targeting, a 5-minute fair value gap? Yeah. So we were targeting this fair value gap right here. For a nice little 1 to 4.8. Which played out beautifully right there. Honestly, we could have held to these lows. We got like a 2-to-1. But again, we were trying. It was MLK Day. We did not know how the fuck that shit was gonna go, or how it was gonna move. So that's why we didn't risk up. But it still ended up, I think, playing into this liquidity as well. So max he could have gotten was like maybe a 3-to-1. Right. I mean, even if you would have held it, I mean, to right here and put stops to break even, and targeting these lows, you would have got break even. So that's why I just went for that 1-to-1. Oh shit. Yep, that was the story behind that 1-to-1. Now let's look at our accounts. So for our 2 Apex accounts that we have, now it is extremely hard, and I can't stress this enough, and I can't express this enough on how difficult it is to trade 4 accounts on a mobile phone while at the gym. It is extremely hard. But that being said, that is why, I mean, both of these accounts took the same trades, definitely not the same entries, definitely not the same exits. I'm still learning how to fucking put a stop loss on wealth charts. How to set one up with the order, because I'm really just having to go back in, put a sell stop or a buy stop, and then just do it that way, or manually exit the trade, which kind of messes up on this one. I think we manually exited after we had seen the floating P&L was at enough to pass the account, which is 3K. But I don't know if the few seconds that it takes for it to register, or latency lag, whatever. I believe it was like $3 short. It was like 2,997. So we had to open like a few more trades in the direction of it. I think we got in I think we set like a tap of this for a value gap, and we're just targeting like 1 or 2 points. I got in 3 micros, targeting like 3 points or half, or I think like 5 takes, whatever it was, just to get the minimum amount. So we do have this account passed. The top step, like I said, we massively de-risked, especially there was no volume anyways. I mean, there wasn't like a lot of volumes. Like 15 contracts usually, 15 micros. If we trade 15 micros regularly, this would have probably been, a bigger move than this. It would have been probably like 100 ticks. And it would have got us the 1,500 that we need. But it only got us a 356 because we got out right there. Okay. And then over here, I wonder why it doesn't show the executions. Let's see if we can log in. Well, it's tripping out. But yep, we did take this trade. Now we're up 1404 on this one, which is again not good. Again, this was extremely hard. I had to place all these trades on 4 different accounts on a single phone. Very difficult. Very, very difficult. Do not recommend. But yep, that is pretty much it. So I'll be back with another video tomorrow if we do decide to take a trade. And if we take a trade tomorrow, it most likely would pass at bare minimum this other Apex account, and then we can get this one up to a nice balance, and then our trade away account, our Life Under Futures account, we can get that up. I'm probably looking for like 1,000 maybe, so we can just do 600 on Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, or Thursday really, we can smack a fat day on all the funded. But yep, that is pretty much it for this video. Apologize for having to make 2 trade recaps into 1 video. I just didn't think today the market was going to be open. But I do appreciate if you are watching, and see you guys in the next video.